Tea and toast, the great British favourite. Today I'm going to talk through the 5 different things that I've tried in my micro camper for making the perfect cup of tea and the best piece of toast. But first a little safety briefing, so I'll show you what I have in my camper van just in case something goes wrong. So on the back of my cupboard door I've got a fire blanket, and in my little side pocket I have my fire extinguisher, and then up here I've got my carbon monoxide alarm and my smoke detector. I've also got some ventilation, so I have a max fan in the roof. If you haven't got a fan, just make sure you've got windows cracked or the door open. So first I'll show you my little camping gas stove. Now I do put this silicone mat on here just to protect the worktop. This is the Camp Bistro Elite. I think it came from Go Outdoors and it was less than £20. And it has little gas cans that go in the end here. And then I've got my heat shield around just because I've got the curtains behind and I don't want to catch anything on fire. Also just be aware of things that you've got above it, like plants and things like that, because they can get hot if you've got the stove on for quite a long time. So first up we've got my Ridge Monkey kettle. You might have seen this before if you watched my kitchen video. Nice little dinky kettle. Perfect for 1 cup of tea, maybe a little bit more. And this is the cup that I'm going to be using today, so it's like a normal mug size. And this is how much water I've put in. I'm going to try and make sure I get it about the same for each test. Right, so I'm going to fire it up. I've got my stopwatch ready so we can time it. So first of all you unlock your gas can into place. Turn it round and it ignites. Press start on the timer. We'll see how long this one takes to boil. Just come to 2 minutes. I'd say that's about done. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to show you one of the things I don't like about water heated on gas is that you tend to get this like scum on the top. Now that was mineral water. It doesn't taste any different. Now I just drink my tea and let this one cool down for a second and then we'll do the next one. Cheers! Right, so the next one is the more traditional whistling kettle. I think most people have probably seen one of these in their lives. It's just a normal metal kettle, you can see it's well used. So I'm going to put the same amount of water in this one and then we'll boil it up and see how long that one takes. Right, so same again, lock the gas bottle in, fire it up, start the timer. There we go, the whistle's starting, we're on 2 minutes 16 so far, 2 minutes 20, I think that's about done. So that's both the traditional kettles done. I've had both of them on full power with 1 cup of water and this one took about 20 seconds longer. Right, so next we'll go for the electric kettle, which I keep in here. So I've got the timer ready. Turn that on. So straight away it draws 625-26 watts. So there we go, it's just clicked off. Power's gone down to nothing. It stopped at 3 minutes 19, so that's about a minute longer than the last kettle. I've got these two cooling by the door just so I can cool them down before I put them away. So next I'm going to show you this one. And as you can see by the box, I've had this quite a long time. I used to use it when I worked out of my car. It's got some stuff with it that I don't ever use, but I'll show you the kettle. And because this is a 12 volt kettle, you can actually use this in your car if you haven't got a power bank or an inverter or anything like that. You can just plug it into the cigarette lighter. For this one, I'm going to plug it into the Bluetti just so you can see how much power it's using. So let's pop some water in. Turn that on. Start the timer. This one shows a little red light in the bottom just to show that it's working. And it's using 107 watts at the moment. So as I said before, I have used this one a lot. I used to work out of my car, and this was ideal just for plugging into the cigarette lighter to heat up water for a cuppa or for a cup of soup or anything. I remember one day at work I was making a pot noodle and I'd forgotten to bring anything to eat it with, so I ended up eating it with a pair of pliers. That's quite a mission. Right, it's just starting to boil now. You can see the water moving. It's still drawing 109 watts, and also it's used a whole chunk out of the battery. And we've just gone past 14 minutes. So for 1 cup of water, that's 14 minutes, probably 15 by the time it's properly boiled, but I think we'll say that's quite a long time for a cup of tea. Right, so last we have the one that I've never tried in the camper van before, so I've never plugged this into a power bank. I've got no idea how this is going to go. It's a 1400 watt Tassimo coffee machine, and my power bank does 1000 watts, but it's supposed to have power surge up to 1400, so fingers crossed it might work. Right, so I filled it up with water, put a cup underneath, poured in the top. Nope, not going to work. That says, I don't know if you can see that, it says overload on the bottom. So yeah, it's not going to work. Oh well, that's that then. No coffee for me today, unless I make one with a kettle. But right, now it's time for my favourite bit, nice bit of toast. Okay, so don't judge me, I've had this a long time, it's a little bit worse for wear, but this is what I call a dotty toast maker. I don't know the real name for it, but I'll show you how it works. So you fold the handle out, pop it on the grill, slice the bread on, lock the gas can in place, turn it on, and on this one I don't have it on full, I have it sort of about halfway. And then just turn it every now and then. Turn it again. You can see it's starting to go dotty. Last turn. There we go, so that should do it. So I'll turn that off. Look at that. Dotty toast. Dotty toast. So there we go. That's my favourite way of making toast and tea, and one failure. Never mind. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. And there we have it. Dotty toast. Ooh.